Hey guys, my name's Oscar Mikey. Today, this video is going to have a little bit of a different tone to it. As a content creator, I try to look out for new games that I can play for you guys on the channel and present to you that I think you might find entertaining or find interesting and maybe play yourselves. And I ended up finding this game called Gun Center Simulator. It looked to me like one of those silly, memey, like simulator games, kind of like, I don't know, like Power Washing Simulator. It looked like one of those games that might be along those lines of like, it's so bad that it's good. And I thought it might be entertaining for the channel and you guys might get a kick out of it. So I played this game for a couple of hours and it turns out it's very incomplete, and I don't actually recommend that you guys go out and buy this for $10 or whatever it is on the Steam store. And I'm going to go ahead and explain to you guys why that is, but first of all, you might be asking yourself, why are you even making a video on this, Oscar Mikey? Why, if it's bad, then why are you even showing this game to us? Well, the reason I'm doing that is because, honestly, I kind of screwed up. I'm registered with a couple of websites that try to connect game developers with content creators so that content creators can get free keys for video games and developers can get like exposure for their games, obviously by potentially having content made for them on YouTube and stuff. On one of these sites, it's called Keymailer. I'm registered on Keymailer, and I saw Gun Center Simulator and I thought it looked kind of neat, and I gave a 100% guarantee when I was asking for a free game key that I would make content on it on my YouTube channel. I made a lot of assumptions about the game before I requested the key. I thought it would be fun, I thought it would be cool, and I thought it would be entertaining and worth kind of showing off to you guys. But yeah, after playing it for a couple of hours, I kind of figured out that I was wrong about this game and it's not so entertaining, and I don't think it's worth your time, and I don't think you should buy it. The game is basically a store simulator where you are supposed to build up your own gun store and stock shelves with guns and ammo and stuff and sell these products to NPCs that come into your store. And there's a couple of mini games that you can play also to get some more cash and other rewards. And that's basically it. You just go along this track of selling and making money and expanding your store until you've hit the maximum, and that's the whole game. Now, that by itself doesn't really bother me a whole lot. It's not surprising to me that this game doesn't have like a really in-depth and like deep end game with a whole bunch of content and stuff. It's just a silly simulator game. But just gameplay-wise, this thing feels pretty incomplete. It feels like a project, like a year one game development student project, and it's just not very in-depth or entertaining or like worthwhile at all. It feels really weird for me to say these things because you guys know me. I generally try to be more positive when I'm talking about things. I don't like to dump on things. I don't really give into like the rage baiting culture on YouTube and like just shitting all over something and creating controversy. But this is the first game I've played on this channel that I really think is just, it needs a lot of time in the oven, and I don't really think it's worth your time at the moment. It even hit 1.0, it hit full release. It's at 1.0 full release on Steam, and it's just not worth the price of entry. I think it's $10 American. A silver lining is that there is a free demo, so if you are like really, really interested in this game, if you happen to be really interested, you can go in and just at least play the demo. Well, let me tell you a little bit about the gameplay. Again, like it's all about expanding your store, unlocking new products to sell in your store, and making as much money as you can, and that's about it. The biggest downside with this game is that there's not really any challenge or even way to lose in this game. You can unlock products on the store, you buy them through a laptop that sits behind the cash register, and then they appear they spawn in outside of the store. You pick them up, you bring them in the store, and then you stock them on the shelves. Certain stores can hold only certain products. So like there's gun racks where only rifles and stuff can go. And then there's shelving units where like little bottles like gun lube or bullets can be sold from. So that's kind of interesting, I guess, but then you can go and you can change the price of each product. You can like increase your margins on it or decrease. And to me, this implies there's some kind of like AI system in the game that, an NPC could come into the store and see a product that you potentially jacked the price up on and be like, I don't want to buy this. And there's kind of like some risk associated with possibly bringing your prices up too high. And then NPCs don't buy things. And then that's a consequence of, the game. Which makes sense. There has to be a way that you can lose or some downsides to the gameplay to make it interesting, right? But there is actually no downside in this game. I actually cranked up the price of every single one of my products. There's a little slider. You can't crank it up to like infinite money or whatever. There's a little slider and there's limits to it. But I cranked that slider all the way to the maximum pricing for every single product in my store. And the NPCs just continued to stream in all day long and buy whatever they wanted. And it's just completely up to RNG. I had some NPCs that come in and buy 5 of the most expensive item just right off the rip. And they never stop. Like, it's just a constant, consistent stream of NPCs going into the store and buying things over and over and over again. You have to man the cash register, and it's a little mini game of, like, depending on if they give you cash or a credit card, you have to enter that in and actually, like, process the transaction, which is kind of cool, I guess. But it's the same little mini game over and over and over again. Cash, credit card, you know, credit card, cash, over and over again every single day. And it doesn't matter what you're selling, how much it's priced at, they will come in and buy it. When you get bored of doing that, there's a shooting range in the back of the store that you can do little challenges at. And this part of the game kind of irked me, kind of pissed me off a little bit, because it seems like it's lying to you, saying that it's like matchmaking against other players when it's actually not. I don't have any proof of this, but there's absolutely no way that I'm being matched with other players. Like, I won every single challenge by like a huge margin, by a massive number of points. It's just completely simulated. It's like, it's just a counter that's going up and you can beat it so easily. You can use different guns to do the shooting challenges, but for all intents and purposes, they all behave the same. And it's kind of a similar story in the other minigame that you can do. There's a hunting minigame. There's a man standing outside the store next to a truck, and you can talk to him whenever you want to go out and do some hunting. When you get out to the hunting ground, you also have a selection of weapons that you can pick, but they all like function exactly the same. You only have 5 shots. It doesn't matter what gun you're using. You're limited to 5 shots. And every single animal out there is 1 click and then they fall over. And if you want to do even more hunting, if you want more than 5 shots, then you have to talk to the guy. You have to buy more ammo from him, and then you can continue hunting. And this mini game, like wandering around this hunting area looking for animals, this feels very like, you know, game developer 101 vibes coming out of this. It's extremely basic. The movement and shooting and just everything about it is extremely bare bones and basic. Not really fun or challenging in any way. And that's really it. That's all I have to say about Gun Center Simulator. Again, I don't really recommend you go out and buy this. There is a free demo if you really, really want to check it out. And final thing, I guess I just feel like I owe you guys an apology, because I want to hold my channel up to a higher standard than this. I'm going to make a sincere effort to do a little bit more research and do a little bit more background on the games that I want to like present to you guys, because I don't want to present trash. I don't want to present unfinished garbage like this to you all the time. I gave a 100% obligation to make content on this game without even like fully realizing or knowing what it was. And that's 100% on me. I definitely owe you guys an apology for that. I'm sorry. And in the future, I'm going to hold myself to a higher standard than this. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching this unfortunate video. I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll catch you in the next one.